Right, there's three things that we do in our business. And obviously the point of these webinars is to generate more business as well as pay it forward to you lovely people, because if we're good at anything, it's giving stuff away, but also sharing all the stuff that we've done over the last few years, she says. So we train recruiters. We either do it live or we've got a fantastic platform, which we've just gone live with the new version. I'm going to show you in a minute. I'm quite excited. Bullhorn ROI. So we do a lot of work for clients where we look at the vision that they've got for their business, show them a vision of how Bullhorn could make that go faster, and then we make it happen, which is great. And then Bullhorn Automation. Now, some of our Bullhorn Automation clients are on the call today, and we've got another webinar next week. Whether you have automation or you're just interested on how it works, there's some really cool stuff. We'll talk about that in a minute. Next slide, please, Matt. Fantastic. So I'm going to talk about HIT for just 1 minute. Humour me. We've been building this platform for a number of years. We've had a couple of iterations as software always moves forward. Those of you on the call today that have already got Recruitment HIT may have seen some of the messages coming out from me in the last couple of days, but the new platform is live. Let's have a quick look at it. So here's the new platform and 3 of our biggest fans, which we're very excited to actually have on the platform. You'll see when you go onto the platform, we've got a dashboard, workouts, and a new events area where we log all of the events that are happening in the world, well, the world of recruitment anyway, and obviously the most important event in the recruitment calendar, which are these webinars, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a number of different areas at the bottom to help you with what we call our 1-minute tips. They're 1 minute and they're tips. Nice. And obviously all of our webinars are logged here as well. What you can also see when you go into the workouts area of the system are our workouts. It's called Recruitment HIT for a reason. High intensity interval training. Yeah, not bleed all over the place training, not take so long training that you can't even remember what your name was training and your emails have gone out of kilter and everyone's wondering where the hell you've gone and what was the point of that training. Yeah, so here's all of our training here. Look at it. We've got Bullhorn, we've got recruitment training, we've got automation, Calendly, Idibu, improving your performance training, using data to drive your numbers training. We've got LinkedIn training. If you don't want to use LinkedIn Recruiter, this is perfect, by the way. Really good stuff. Microsoft Teams, because those of you with Teams are probably not using all of the fancy features to help you sell and screen more, as well as other stuff. Temp training coming soon. We've got a really chock-a-block roadmap of stuff as well regarding time management, accessibility for you lovely neurodivergents, and all sorts of other things about knowing your niche and preparing for sales and presenting and really, really hard networking. Loads of stuff coming your way. So those of you who are already on the platform, welcome. Those of you who have not used the platform before, let me know. We'll get you a quick trial for the platform. But yeah, I'm really excited about this. It's been a long time coming to get the new platform up and running. So this is my new baby. This is our new baby, isn't it, guys? Yeah. Rose and Matt are on the platform as well. You'll see us all there in all our glory. So for those of you who got HIT, get in there, give it a good seeing too. Let us know if you've got any problems. Otherwise, those of you who haven't been onto the platform, get in there. There's loads of stuff going on. If you're an automation client, if you've got Bullhorn Automation, you might also be one of our buddy clients. And buddy clients are, you've got automation, you might need further training. You've got automation, you might need some coaching. You kind of know what you want to do, but you just need someone who really knows what they're doing to give you a bit of a leg up. We've done over 400 implementations and more projects in the automation space. We're known as being the best at Bullhorn Automation. I don't mind saying that out loud, especially when Billy Davis says it. Rock and roll. And we're doing a lot of build work right now as well for clients who just don't have time to drive the car themselves but need it to fricking run. So let us know if you want some help with your automations to really get them selling and making you some money, because we are so up for that. Next slide. So today we're obviously talking about learning and developing and growing and just being better and slicker and meaner and keener and all that lovely stuff. Strong muscle words there. We've got another webinar next week, whether you've got automation or you want to know more about how it works, because you keep hearing everyone talking about it. So that's next week. So be sure to sign up for that. I'll put the link in the chat in a second. Click, add your name and email address. Gorgeous. We're doing some data gathering at the moment. We want to know. How are you using Bullhorn on your business, people? Tell us the truth. Yeah. Is it first on your list when you want to sell, screen, source, attract, BD, account management, manage your time, manage your team? Is it first? For some of our clients now, we've worked with them. It is only They've actually switched off most other things. They are inside that system, monetizing it, making money, placing quicker, hiring faster, saving money. Is it sometimes when you get a minute? Is it never? Tell us the truth. Right, evidently, the next slide is all about the next webinar that we've got in July. I nearly said June. Oh my God, it's July. So we want to help you make even more money from the platform. Isn't that why you've got it? Yeah. You've not looked at Bullhorn and gone, they could do with a few extra dollars. I might as well give them some of my hard-earned profits. You've gone, no, I need to make some cash from this. Yeah. Or at least generate more time so you can make more cash. So we've got another webinar coming up. Again, I'm going to pop that in the chat in a second. And again, all you need to do to make my dreams come true is to put your name and details in and sign up for the webinar. And then off you go. You can just relax for the rest of the month. Want to know, though, what's going on in your business from a training perspective? Tell us. I'm always interested to understand how recruiters are working to make themselves better. Now, some of the people that we start working with, they are trained by someone who was trained by someone who was trained by no one. Or maybe they watched a couple of Bullhorn videos when they started their Bullhorn journey. Or maybe they have continuous training every week where the team gets together and everybody knows what they're doing. Right then, remember our 1 minute tips, people. Remember our 1 minute tips. We're interested in every week sending you something or you watching something that's going to make your day. It's 1 minute. That's all that takes. Nice and easy. Next. The recruitment life cycle is an interesting one, isn't it, people? Isn't it just linear? It's nice and calm. Everybody's in the same boat, rowing in the same direction. Candidates go, yeah, John, Jane, whatever. I'm just going to work with you. I'm not going to apply for any other jobs. And the clients are ringing you off the hook going, Jane, John, here's our jobs. We're going to sit and wait just for you. No one else on the market. We're just going to work with your recruiters to find us people. Lovely and linear, isn't it? And when you screen your candidates, they're freaking perfect. They all turn up for interview and perform incredibly well. Your clients ring you and say, you've sent me 3. I'll take all of it. Hold on a minute. Am I in a different reality here? I don't think that's what happens in recruitment, is it? It's not that linear. It can be sophisticated chaos. It can be everything everywhere all at once. It certainly isn't as linear as we would like it to be. Recruiters in my world are the most elegant swans with the flappiest feet. Yeah. So when we're thinking about our performance, when we're thinking about our workflows, there are some bits that we would like to be a lot better at. I absolutely think. So I'm wanting you to really, really think about that. Where do you actually want to improve your performance? What do you want to actually do better? If you could say in the next 6 to 8 weeks, I'm going to just turn this up a bit, I'm going to make this a bit better, then what would it be? And you can choose more than one option. You can be a bit, of a perfectionist if you like. Tell us though, where are you? Maybe not so much struggling, maybe you are, but maybe you just know if you could just improve by 1%, what could that do? Could that put an extra 10 grand on your pipeline, or 20 or 30 or a million? That would be nice, wouldn't it? My job's always to warm you lovely people up. So let's get cracking. Let's look at a couple of stats just to give you a sense of reality. Yeah, because as much as I can paint a picture of what happens in Mary Poppins land, in recruitment, it's crazy busy. So there's obviously some stats in front of you right now, and they're designed just to get you really, really thinking about what's going on in the market and the challenges that you might be suffering right now, and how they may be affecting your ability to trade. And while you're looking at those stats and while you're listening to Rose and Matt, I really want you to think about how much easier your job could be if you just grabbed one of the tips that Matt and Rose are going to show you. I also want you to be thinking about how much more money you could be making if you grab just one of the tips that Matt and Rose gives you. Yeah, because there's 5. You could just choose one, or you could go completely nuclear and do all 5 tips. Obviously, what we're going to be doing now is looking at some of the features within the platform, and obviously Matt and Rose are here to show you. So I'm going to hand over to them now and close my camera and mic. Good luck, everyone.
So yeah, we just want to start off by just doing a quick poll to see which of the features we're going to be talking about do you already use. So there are 5 different features we're going to talk about, and then you've got a bonus automation tip too. You might use them already. Be interesting if you use them in the same way that we're going to recommend them though. In terms of hot lists, now to help you generate more jobs or find more jobs, you can really use these hot lists to essentially create target lists to help you get more out of your current clients. So what I recommend is have a look at your CRM, talk to your team. What if you work in temp? And are any of your perm clients, have they got a need, particularly with the holidays coming up? You could put them on a hot list for people to target for holiday cover. Or if you are working in the perm market, it might be that you've got some temp clients that actually, although your team or your business might be working with them to fill temps in, there might be some more senior level positions you could help with potentially to help them get permanent. So always worth identifying those clients that are already on your database, already engaged with your business, and adding them to a hot list so that you've got a target list there that you can really look to do a bit of both new business development and account management all in one with.
Excellent. So our second tip here is using the advanced note searching feature, and hopefully you've all got that on Bullhorn, but we sometimes see clients when we do our ROI projects that don't have this switched on. So if you're thinking, I don't know what you're talking about, Rose, then maybe have a chat with your admin and see if you can get this switched on, because it's a really, really great feature for doing these types of searches. So what we're looking at here in terms of finding more jobs is we want to find contacts, sales contacts that you are warm. So in the search in the background, we can see that we're looking for sales contacts that have had a placement, so with a placement in the past, but then we're using the advanced note search, which is the key thing, to see or find those contacts that we haven't actually called within a certain amount of time. So effectively, these are what we would call at-risk clients, or clients that you need to re-engage, passive contacts, however you want to call them. But that great feature of advanced search, a couple of clicks, and you've got that list in front of you.
So the next thing, and if you saw our 1 minute tip earlier this week, you might have seen this. It's about creating linked contacts or new contacts from your candidate database. So if you've already got good, strong existing relationships, either with senior candidates on your database, or you've perhaps placed a candidate into a job where they're going to be hiring people, why stop there? Your business shouldn't just be limited to one aspect of what you do. So if you've got these contacts, what you can do, these candidates, you can very quickly convert them into a contact too. So that way you could be looking to not only generate fees from them by placing them, but also developing a whole new pipeline there, or a whole new area to develop your business in with new vacancies, new roles, with someone that you've already got a great relationship with. Like if you put them in a job, they're happy, you're happy, you've got a good relationship. Why wouldn't they want to use you to fill out their own teams?
Fabulous. Yeah, and another place that you can look for jobs in a couple of different ways really is the placement list. So first and foremost, what we've got here is obviously focus on where the money's coming from. So, look back, you might just do this already, but if not, look at the past placements that you've got and see which businesses, which clients do you actually get most placements with, and maybe you need to focus your attention and work with them more, or try and work with them more. Another way, which isn't showing on the screen, but it's a great one for me, is look at placements which have occurred a few years ago, because we know that candidates sometimes get itchy feet sort of between 3 and 4 years into a placement, or sooner with contract and so on. So it might be worth having a look at the placements that you've already got on there and working out whether those candidates are ready for the next move. So a couple of different tips.
Well, thanks, Rose. The final one for me is using your shortlist list or your submission list. Now, this can really help you identify new leads early and actually backfill the candidates that you're going to place, which is not only going to block your competition, it's going to also build up your own talent pool and your own pipeline. So the way that we recommend doing this is by going into your shortlist list or your submissions list, depending what it is on Bullhorn. Have a look at who is it that you've got on your system that is already going through the process for you. Who has got an offer, who is going through an interview, who is perhaps going through compliance checks. Because the thing is, if you're making good progress with those candidates, they're hopefully going to be moving into the new placement you've got them, which means there's going to be a job to fill that they left, but they're not going to put their resignation in, and that's not going to be there until you've actually confirmed their placement. So by keeping an eye on who you've got going through that process, who should be getting placed, you should already have the contact details from their current employer for references, so you can actually start building up those relationships and being there front and center of mind, so that when your candidate does pull the trigger, leaving a vacancy there, you've already got a relationship there. Just make sure that you handle that one with care, because you don't want to be seen to be taking with one hand and giving with the other. So a little bit of subtlety is always good there. But we all do it.
Lovely. And our bonus tip for getting more jobs is actually redeploying candidates. So very much on the contract and temp front, this one. But, there's a huge amount of temporary and contract workers that don't get redeployed back into the same contract, or you lose sight of them. So, what you don't want is those wonderful temp and contract workers that you've spent so much time working with and getting into those positions, then moving off to a different recruiter as well. So this automation, if you've got automation, you might have it up and running. If you haven't got automation, it's an absolutely fantastic one for temp and contract. But it really does all the hard work for you. It knows when the candidates are coming up to end date, and you can build this. This is a great thing about automation. You mold it to what you want it to do. So this automation in the background is just showing you at certain points before and after end date, certain things happen. So that might be that we email the candidates, check in how they're getting on, are they getting an extension, or will they be leaving? If they're leaving, what happens next? It could also be, because bear in mind we're recruiters, we want to talk to people, that instead of an email going to the candidate, that's a notification to you to say your candidate's ending in 2 weeks or your candidate's ending in a month. We need to keep that candidate. We need to look at what they're doing next. But an absolutely fantastic automation that I think Matt would agree. Every single contract and temp client that we work with gets this one up and running because it's just got so much value.
Absolutely, yeah. So that's our 6 tips for today. You've got your 5 Bullhorn ones for finding more jobs and building up your pipeline more. And you've also got your bonus redeploy one to really help you protect your fees and make the most of your candidates. So we'd love to hear which ones were your favourites. Now, you don't have to pick, which one was your favourite? Which one is the one that you think that's the one that I'm going to try? That's the one I think could really make a difference or could give me that extra 1%, that extra 5%.
Right then, so obviously from a time perspective, we always try and keep these webinars short and sweet, because if anything, we want you to go away and do something with the content and actually practice what you've seen today. So any questions about what we do, or any questions or any ideas you've got for future webinars, I am so up for that. Evidently, we've got the chat as well if you want to chuck things in there. I have added to the chat, by the way, so please check the chat. How many times can we say chat before it loses its meaning? I popped into the chat the 2 webinars we've got coming up in the next few weeks, so be sure to register for those, because I'm going to nag you to do it for obvious reasons. Evidently as well, on our website we've got a whole load of back catalogue stuff, including those lovely 1-minute tips. Next slide please, Matt. So obviously we want you to try the tips. The goal isn't to turn up today. The goal is to try the tips, make some money from them, and then send us an email going, thanks for that. And we'll go, oh, here's the dotted line. We want a Twix, please, or something like that. Who knows? We'd love you to sign up for a Recruitment Hit trial if you don't have Recruitment Hit right now. And if you do, get in there. Get some more points, because you get badges and get, move up and get more points than your mates within the business. Learn a few more tips and tricks, straighten your spine, walk out of the office today, flick your hair and go, look at me, aren't I ace? And make sure you've registered for the next webinar, everybody. We've already talked about that. Don't forget the stuff that we've got on the Recruitment Hit platform. I gave you a very quick demo at the beginning of this webinar, so thanks for sticking with us on that. Next slide. And obviously, if you have got automation and you aren't feeling it, or it's not a Ferrari, or it's not making you loads of money, or it's not cleaning your data, waking up your candidates and clients and keeping them fixed, if it's not freeing up your recruitment consultants to do some serious good, we'll sort that out. That's why we are buddies to our clients. Next slide. So check out the rest of the webinars that we've already got on our website. There's loads of stuff on there that will really help you improve your speed and pipeline in the coming weeks and months. And be sure to check out anything else that we've got coming up. Keep an eye out for the comms, please, everybody. Good luck with the rest of your day, depending on what time zone that you are in. I hope you're looking forward to your weekends. Enjoy, and thanks again for your time. Take care.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.